22 News at 10.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Peter Dubois.
And I'm Beth Jones. First tonight, we have new details on a police standoff that resulted in the arrest of two New York men in Bangor Wednesday.
Police say it was part of an investigation into the sale of drugs. The Bangor Police Tactical Team, Maine Drug Enforcement Agency, and Homeland Security responded to a multi-unit apartment building at the corner of Parker and 3rd Streets. A standoff ensued as law enforcement executed a search warrant. MDEA Commander Peter Arno says 34-year-old Sheldon Ray and 32-year-old Taquali Bracey, both from the Bronx, New York, were arrested and charged with aggravated trafficking in scheduled drugs. Arno says for the past several months they've been investigating individuals believed to be involved in the distribution of fentanyl and methamphetamine in Bangor. According to Arno, during the search, law enforcement recovered more than $18,000 in suspected drug proceeds, along with other evidence of drug trafficking. Both Ray and Bracey are being held without bail at the Penobscot County Jail.
And we have an update on the trial involving the town of Bar Harbor and business owners over the cruise ship passenger cap ordinance. Now, that ordinance would limit cruise ship passengers entering the town to 1,000 per day. Court proceeded today at the Margaret Chase Smith Federal Building, with many Bar Harbor residents called to the witness stand. Today, witnesses included the Harbor Master Lieutenant Christopher Wharf, who testified that his role would be to make sure passengers on cruise ships docking in Bar Harbor are counted, but he would have no role in enforcing the ordinance. He said in court that any violations of the ordinance would involve a minimum $100 fine levied against the pier owners, not the cruise lines or passengers. Many Bar Harbor residents were also called at the stand, and many of them describing conditions of the downtown area on cruise ship days as more congested, frustrating, and potentially dangerous compared to non-cruise ship days due to the number of people crowding the streets. Now, those in favor of the ordinance said it is a means to reclaim control over the town, while plaintiffs argued that many people living in Bar Harbor rely on heavy tourism for their livelihood. Court was in session for over 6 hours, and it is unclear when a decision in that case will be reached.
More than $35 million for Maine's lobster industry in fiscal year 2024 was officially approved by the Senate Appropriations Committee today. It now awaits consideration by the full U.S. Senate and House. Senator Susan Collins is the vice chairman of the Senate Appropriations Committee and helped advance the measure. She says, quote, flawed and incomplete data is being used to inform regulations, creating unnecessary, burdensome requirements for Maine lobstermen and women. This funding would support Maine's iconic lobster industry by improving the incomplete and imprecise science upon which the federal government relies, end quote.
Bangor Savings Bank Foundation has awarded Northern Light Acadia Hospital $200,000 to help expand access to behavioral health for Mainers. The grant from the foundation will support the Acadia for All campaign, which includes the expansion of inpatient facilities. A new 50-bed inpatient pediatric wing is currently under construction. 50 existing patient rooms are being upgraded to private adult inpatient rooms, allowing the hospital to fully utilize its 100-bed license.
Mainers throughout the state have seen rate increases on their electricity bills. Today, the Public Utilities Commission explained the rate increases and the decisions that led to them. Devin Dagnalt has more.
Certainly, it's never fun to be the person going out and telling people the rates are going up.
The Public Utilities Commission held a press conference Thursday afternoon in order to dispel any confusion surrounding the recent energy rate changes.
We think there's been a lot of confusion, the potential for confusion, because there have been so many changes happening so fast. We had the CMP rate case, the Versant rate case. We had this multiple proceedings around the stranded cost filings. Our concern was that the combination of all of these changes happening at once.
According to the Maine Public Utilities Commission, Central Maine Power customers will see their electric bills increase by an average of $5 a month. They also state Versant customers in both the Maine Public and Bangor Hydro districts will see an increase of about $13 a month. The PUC's chairman, Philip Bartlett, says the rate increases are the result of careful consideration from the commission.
So we don't simply rubber stamp what a utility gives us. We scrutinize it very, very carefully and usually approve much, much less than what the utility has asked for.
There are some stipulations that come with the rate increases. According to Bartlett, CMP and Versant will be expected to improve their standards of reliability. If they do not meet those standards, they will be required to pay back their customers as a fine.
We added sort of a ramp up so that there's a standard they have to meet in year 1, then in year 2 and year 3, it gets tighter and tighter. And the purpose is to make sure that customers actually see the tangible benefits from the investments that the utilities are making.
Devin Dagnall, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, town leaders in Unity are saying they have it in writing that asylum seekers will not be relocated from the Portland Expo to the Unity College campus. Brad Rogers has those details.
It's not happening. We have it in writing. They're not doing it. They're not bringing them here. They're not set up to be able to handle it.
Selectman Tony Parker Jr. did not say who gave him that information and has not responded to our request for a copy of what he has in writing. But in a town meeting 2 weeks prior, he said the information came from 2 state representatives and from Greg Payne, the governor's senior advisor on housing policy.
I received a phone call today, and the space up at the college has been deemed not a good, appropriate space for use for what they would like to do with the asylum seekers. This was not a very well-planned idea, and it's been shot down.
CBS 13 reached out to Greg Payne in the governor's office. Payne's deputy director told us, "We are reviewing the Unity proposal and are continuing to work closely with the city of Portland to evaluate options regarding the expo." Unity President Melik Peter Corey says at this time, Unity Environmental University's stance has not shifted. He says the number of asylees that could be housed would depend on a range of factors, but there first needs to be a comprehensive plan in place, and at this point, no such plan exists.
We haven't been invited to the table. We haven't been asked to sit down and have a conversation about them coming here, but at the end of the day, they're allowed to decide how they want to use their building.
And that was Brad Rogers reporting. Meanwhile, the city of Bangor is encouraging residents to keep their lights off at night to mitigate the spread of brown-tailed moths. The moths have emerged from their cocoons, and now they're looking for places to lay their eggs. Bangor Public Works Director Aaron Hootery says brown-tailed moths are attracted to light, and by turning your lights off at night, you can lower the chances of moths laying eggs near your home.
The idea is to not attract them to your property so that they're not defoliating your trees. So unfortunately, there's street lights that attract them, and if you have one near your property, that they are going to be attracted to those street lights.
Hootery says the city is working on a comprehensive plan to automatically dim street lights during brown-tail moth seasons in the future. He says the moths are most active between 9 p.m. and midnight, so that's the best time to keep your lights turned off.
Definitely something to keep in mind as we work hard to mitigate this pest.
Right.
And it's more than just, it damages trees, which is bad enough.
Yeah.
But there's a real human element to wanting them to not be on your property with the skin irritations and respiratory issues they can cause. So it may seem like a small step, but it could make a big difference.
Yeah, and I've heard some, firsthand accounts from people who've gone through that.
Yeah.
Honestly surprised I haven't experienced any of that yet, living here in Maine, but just doesn't sound like something you want to go through.
Definitely not.
No.
Alrighty, folks, well, let's go ahead and get a first check of our forecast now and see what is heading our way in the overnight.
Hey, Beth, thank you. Happy Thursday. Your first weather is brought to you by Saliba's Rug Cleaners, Maine's largest for over 70 years, and we are talking about temperatures today. Felt like summer again, 87 here in Bangor, 84 Millinocket. We'll take it, but tomorrow is going to be a bit cooler and most likely more cloudy tomorrow, as we do have another system on the way bringing more rain showers. We're getting a break in the action currently, although there could be a couple stray showers out there tonight as the system comes through later on this evening. And then tomorrow, several waves of rain are likely to come through, and it's going to stay that way into the weekend and beyond, as there's more systems behind this one. We are still in a very wet pattern around here. Our forecast then tonight, though, is cloudy skies are clouding over again with rain showers late. Your full forecast is coming up. Beth?
Alrighty, Jeff, thanks so much. So another damp overnight coming our way.
Indeed, once again.
Alrighty. Well, still to come on Fox 22 News at 10. As part of their ongoing mission to clean up the city, Bangor's Health Equity Alliance is looking for an outreach specialist. We'll explain.
And our Matthew Jurancic will tell us what the TSA is expecting this summer. We'll have those stories and more local news when we come right back.
Get huge summer savings at Maine's #1 Kia dealer, Van Sickle Kia. Shop our incredible selection of quality pre-owned trucks, sedans, and SUVs, all with payments and prices that fit your budget. Choose from your favorite brands like Kia, Ford, Jeep, Toyota, Hyundai, Honda, Subaru, Volkswagen, and more. Serviced, state inspected, and starting at just $99.99, and payments as low as $199 a month, only at Van Sickle Kia.
The best cars, the best prices, and the best warranty. I'm Peter Van Sickle. I guarantee it.
Dine on the deck with a delicious view at the Lucerne Inn and Ryan's Pub. Experience outdoor dining at its finest. Open Tuesday through Sunday with award-winning dishes from their executive chef, Arturo Montes. Dining on the deck at Ryan's Pub is an unforgettable culinary experience you'll want to share with your family and friends. We are pet-friendly, so your furry friends are always welcome to join you at your table. Your next visit to the Lucerne Inn will feel like the first, all over again.
Experience the ultimate outdoor living with Granville Stone and Hearth. Our high-quality grills and outdoor living products will take your backyard to the next level. Scan the QR code on your screen to explore our wide selection of grills and outdoor living accessories. From classic charcoal to state-of-the-art gas grills, we have everything you need to entertain guests in style. Create unforgettable moments with family and friends. Start your outdoor living journey today with Granville Stone and Hearth.
Jim Small Engine, Snow's Corner Road, Orrington brings years of experience and a large parts inventory to make your engine as good as new. Lawnmowers, chainsaws, rototillers, wood splitters, generators, blowers, trimmers, and power washers will leave Jim Small Engines fully repaired, shiny clean, and ready to go. Jim Small Engines is an authorized dealer for these top brands and sells a wide array of used engines as well as new and used parts and accessories. Call Jim Small Engines at 825-3527. Check their website and like them on Facebook.
Shocking events of Tribal Court left the bloodline completely shattered. Jey Uso has his eyes locked on revenge. And all new Friday Night SmackDown, live at 8, 7 Central on Fox.
Hello, I'm Emma Smith, and coming up on Good Morning Maine, we'll hear about the impact of the rate changes in electricity bills. Plus, brown-tail moths are emerging, as many of us have seen. We'll hear from officials on how to handle them. And all the latest out of court since the cruise ship lawsuit is underway in Bar Harbor. This and more coming up on Good Morning Maine.
Welcome back. The Health Equity Alliance in Bangor, also known as HEAL, has created a brand new position. It's part of their ongoing effort to clean up the city and establish community awareness and trust. Our Doug Banks has the story.
Bangor's Public Health Department has been working together with HEAL on how to best spend the money awarded from the state of Maine's opioid settlements. Working together, they decided to use the money to fund a new position at HEAL. The Outreach Specialist Liaison will work on building trust and awareness in the community while also focusing on picking up hazardous materials like needles and syringe litter.
We were able to verify with the state that we could use opiate settlement money to address that issue, and we spoke with HEAL, the Health Equity Alliance, and they were willing to submit an application for us to look at and consider, and they're willing to do some of that work for us in the community.
The new position will also utilize the Go Bangor app, where community members can contact HEAL if they find needles and other hazardous materials. One goal from this is to track hotspots and traffic where syringe litter is often found.
Primarily, the position is to earn trust and build relationships with people in the community while managing syringe litter at the same time. There'll be a telephone number they can call us directly. They'll be able to connect with us via our website and notify us of syringe litter.
HEAL is a nonprofit organization spanning 35 years. Their primary function is to curb the spread of infectious diseases in a number of communities and to ensure people have equitable access to treatment. Above all else, the mission that HEAL and others in the community want to accomplish is keeping people alive.
We never know what brought people to that in the beginning. We are all definitely working on prevention in the first place, but I think you have to intervene at all different points of the continuum, and that's what we're trying to do.
If you or someone you know is interested in the position or want to learn more about HEAL, visit mainehealthequity.org. In Bangor, Doug Banks, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
The University of Maine will be converting 2 historic buildings and also constructing a brand new building to form a boutique hotel complex on their campus. The goal is to maintain the history that makes the buildings unique while creating a new opportunity for the school. Built between 1887 and 1888, Coburn and Holmes Halls are two of the oldest buildings on campus. The project will be home to 95 hotel rooms, suites, and a cafe bistro. There was a groundbreaking last October, and once completed, the plan is to both bring alumni back to campus and attract people who wish to experience what UMaine has to offer.
No shifts have had to happen. They were not being utilized, so they were shuttered buildings really just sitting there. So what this is doing is taking two underutilized buildings on campus and creating use and creating activity and vibrancy on the campus.
The construction and renovation is expected to be complete in 2024.
Well, TSA officials are expecting this summer's travel season to be the busiest in years. Our Matthew Jurancic spoke to those officials to get some tips for travelers.
Have the travel bug? If you're expecting to be traveling in the upcoming weeks, now is the time to prepare.
In Maine, typically August seems to be the busiest month of the year, so we're getting ready for a big influx of passengers who are going to be traveling throughout the month of August.
Nationwide, TSA officers are currently screening nearly 2.4 million people daily, an increase from 2.1 million the year prior.
We're expecting to probably screen close to 5,000 people in Portland on the busiest days and maybe 1,800 to 2,000 here.
Florida native Olivia Isaac and her family are returning home after spending some time at their summer home in Maine. Traveling roughly an hour to board their flight, Isaac says you need to account for everything that could go wrong.
In our family, on time is early because you never know, something could happen or the line could be longer than expected, there could be traffic. So you just have to have that extra period of time so you can, just in case you have any of that struggles or speed bumps, you can solve that in that extra hour.
Before departing, Velez recommends you should arrive a few hours early before your flight. Liquids, gels, and aerosols be put into containers of 3.4 ounces or less, and bring no more than 2 carry-on bags. In Bangor, Matthew Jurancic, ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Traveling is stressful anyway, so you do want to give yourself extra time, if for no other reason than to just bring the stress level down.
Honestly, I'd rather spend an hour and a half just sitting at my gate waiting than, spending 10 minutes just frantically trying to get to my gate in hopes of getting there in time.
We've all been there, and it's just not enjoyable.
It really is not.
Alrighty.
Well, coming up on the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22, there are concerns on Capitol Hill that Republican efforts to drive what they call wokeness out of the military could sink the entire defense budget bill.
And the Food and Drug Administration approves a new over-the-counter birth control drug. We'll have those stories and more as the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22 continues.
Who has the best kept secret in Penobscot County?
We do!
Welcome to Maple Lane Farms, a fifth-generation family farm that's committed to providing you with the best quality products. Our farm-raised local and sustainable meat is flash frozen to lock in the freshness and natural flavors. Experience the top-notch quality of our meat that's naturally raised without any antibiotics or hormones. Get the best of both worlds, quality and affordability. Try Maple Lane Farms today, the candy store for the carnivore.
Let's face it, getting training and experience is hard, but at Loring Job Corps, we can help. From certifications in automotive technology, obtaining your CDL, or learning building trades, we have you covered. Maybe you prefer joining the high-tech world of computer networking or cybersecurity. We have that as well. Don't delay, get in the driver's seat to your future today. And the best part, Loring Job Corps is free. Receive free training, free meals, and even free housing. Call or go to jobcorps.gov/Loring. Job Corps careers begin here.
If you or a loved one has been diagnosed with mesothelioma or asbestos-related lung cancer, contact the law offices of Joe Bornstein to learn about your legal rights. Maine has the highest rate of mesothelioma fatalities in the U.S. You may be eligible to receive compensation if you were exposed to asbestos products while working in a shipyard, mill, factory, or construction site. For a free case evaluation, dial 207-CALL-JOE or online at joebornstein.com.
Honey, where's the countertop?
I sent it out to the granite shop this morning to be replaced.
Wow!
The quickest turnaround in the business. The Granite Shop in Sedgwick.
Approximately 50,000 kids, like Brooke, receive care at Northern Light Eastern Maine Medical Center each year. You can help them by supporting the Summer Classic for Maine kids. This new tournament will help all kids receiving care at Northern Light Eastern Maine Medical Center by raising funds to ensure that pediatric care is available today, tomorrow, and in the years ahead. Every dollar raised helps kids get back to the business of being kids. For more information about the event and how to donate, please visit northernlight.org/4kids.
There's one number you need to know. It's called Joe.
There are concerns Republican efforts to drive what they call wokeness out of the military could jeopardize the entire defense budget bill. Fox's Chad Pergram has more from Capitol Hill.
The American defense bill is of paramount importance in a world threatened by Russia and China.
The NDAA is one of the most critical pieces of legislation the House considers each year.
But the war on woke could imperil passage of the bill.
We're here debating social issues in a defense bill because the far right, the MAGA fringe, the Freedom Caucus, they are obsessed with these culture wars.
House Speaker Kevin McCarthy took up the mantle of social conservatives.
We're watching the deterring of our military training. I think it harms us with our adversaries.
There's a plan to prevent the Pentagon from paying for hormone treatment or gender-altering surgeries.
This amendment will likely lead to service members leaving the military.
There's also a proposal to end diversity programs in the armed services.
The American people I talk to back home don't want a weak military. They don't want a woke military. They don't want rainbow propaganda on bases.
Inclusion of such white-hot issues could make it hard to pass the bill. Democrats say it's a distraction.
These amendments are disgusting. It's another example of the Republican Party not interested in governing for all the American people.
The most controversial issue, an amendment to overturn the Pentagon policy which allows service members to travel out of state for abortions. But even some Republicans believe that restriction goes too far.
Well, this really feels like meddling with women who are traveling out of state, women who are willing to take a bullet for their country. I hope we don't drop the ball.
So many amendments means the bill evolves constantly. Lawmakers can't say how they'll vote on final passage until they know what amendments are in or out. On Capitol Hill, Chad Pergram, Fox News.
As he was departing Finland for home after a week of high-stakes meetings with fellow NATO leaders, President Biden tried to play up what the alliance agrees on, but there are still some divisions. Fox's Caroline Shively reports.
No one can guarantee the future, but this is the best bet anyone could make.
President Biden wrapped up his 5-day, 3-country tour of Europe with a promise to NATO allies. The U.S. isn't going anywhere. He spoke at a news conference with the president of Finland, the newest country to join the alliance.
The United States is committed to Finland, committed to NATO, and those commitments are rock solid, that we'll defend every inch of NATO territory.
Finland applied for NATO membership shortly after Russia invaded Ukraine more than 500 days ago. But Mr. Biden held fast to his statements to Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky that his nation should not be allowed to join the union until certain conditions are met and the war with Russia is over.
It makes perfect sense for Zelensky to want to be in NATO. Naturally, he would love to have 32 other countries fighting alongside of him, but 32 other countries are not threatened by Russia.
Ukraine did gain assurances from several NATO countries for weapons and training. Promised cluster bombs have already arrived from the U.S. as Ukraine wages its counteroffensive against Russia.
So there's a lot of vicious fighting yet to come. I think it's going to be weeks and months before we really know how successful this counteroffensive can be.
President Biden said on Thursday he doesn't believe the war in Ukraine will last for years and said he believes Vladimir Putin has already lost. In Washington, Caroline Shively, Fox News.
In other news, a federal jury rules the Pittsburgh synagogue shooter is eligible for the death penalty. The decision allows prosecutors to present more evidence against 50-year-old Robert Bowers. It will also give jurors an opportunity to hear from survivors and victims of the 2018 shooting. Last month, Bowers was convicted on 63 criminal charges for killing 11 people inside Pittsburgh's Tree of Life synagogue. His attorneys had initially offered a guilty plea in return for a life sentence. Prosecutors, however, refused, saying they wanted to seek the death penalty. The state argues Bowers spent 6 months planning the attack and has since expressed regret he didn't kill more people. But Bowers' attorneys say the former truck driver suffers from mental illness and should be given life in prison.
In other news tonight, taxpayers who filed their returns through some of the nation's largest tax prep companies may have had their personal information shared with a key tech firm. A report by a group of congressional Democrats says H&R Block, TaxAct, and TaxSlayer shared highly sensitive information on tens of millions of taxpayers to Facebook parent company Meta over a 2-year period. The report also says the information included taxpayers' income, tax deductions, and exemptions, and came from codes installed on the tax prep websites. The report adds Meta used the personal information to develop targeted advertising. The lawmakers are urging an investigation and possible court action. All 3 companies say they take the concerns seriously and are taking appropriate actions.
Millions of American women, teens, and girls will soon have greater access to contraceptives, all thanks to the FDA approving a new over-the-counter birth control pill. Fox's Jonathan Seary has more.
This is just an amazing moment. It's really an important transformation in access to contraception care.
An historic decision by the FDA, the agency approving the nation's first over-the-counter birth control medication, Opill, made by drug maker Perrigo. The once-a-day pill was first approved for prescription use in 1973. Now it will be available without prescription, allowing millions of women to bypass the cost and time of seeing a healthcare provider.
This access to a pill directly over the counter will mean that people can have vastly different access to a highly effective birth control method.
Opill's approval came after the company submitted years of research to the FDA showing women could safely and effectively take the pill without medical supervision. Its approval comes despite concerns by some FDA scientists that some women with underlying medical conditions may not understand they should not take the drug. Advocates, however, say the benefits outweigh the risks.
It's been around a long time, very safe and effective. We have a large amount of data supporting that this pill is safe and effective for over-the-counter use.
Perrigo says the hormone-based pill will not be available for sale until early next year. The company has not announced a price for the pill yet.
What will be important for all of these over-the-counter methods is that they are affordable and covered by insurance.
Once the pill finally does become available for sale, Perrigo says there will be no age restrictions on who can buy it. In Atlanta, Jonathan Seary, Fox News.
Well, switching gears now, extreme weather events can strike at any moment, destroying communities and leaving behind trails of costly damage and injury and death. Now, that's the current scene across towns in Vermont after recent flooding. But as people continue recovering, scientists are saying many more areas across the country could suffer a similar fate. Fox's Sue Guzman takes a closer look at why climate experts say floods will only become more common in the future.
Cleanup efforts continue in flood-ravaged Vermont. Community members joining forces to clear piles of mud and debris after catastrophic rainfall caused river levels to rise, badly damaging homes and businesses and triggering hundreds of rescues.
The damage was about 3 to 3.5 feet of water soaking all of our books.
But no matter where you live, scientists are predicting extreme flooding like this will only become more common, citing the impacts of human-caused climate change that's altering the atmosphere.
Unfortunately, we are on a path to more global warming, right? We have not stopped emitting carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. As long as we do so, the planet will continue to warm.
Scientists say the warming planet allows the atmosphere to hold more moisture, resulting in harsher and wetter storms.
As it warms, we will have more water vapor in the atmosphere. As we have more water vapor in the atmosphere, we will have more intense rainfall. And so we're anticipating that until that situation changes, we're going to see more and more of the same, and in fact, more extreme rainfall and more intense heat waves.
And the results can be deadly and expensive. According to FEMA, flooding in the U.S. results in more damage than any other severe weather event, causing roughly $5 billion worth of destruction every year. Meanwhile, back in Vermont, forecasters expect more rain over the coming days. Local leaders are urging caution as water levels could rise again. Sue Guzman, Fox News.
Definitely still keeping everyone in Vermont in our thoughts as they get through that difficult situation there.
At a minimum, you're hoping that progress is made in providing access to necessities and all those things we're hearing so much about, folks literally being sort of barricaded on their properties with roads washed out. So hoping that at least some of the most basic issues are finding solutions.
Absolutely.
All right.
And still to come on Fox 22 News at 10, months after screenwriters took to the picket lines, 160,000 actors are going on strike as well. We'll have details.
And in sports, the Maine Amateur Championship wrapped up this afternoon with a record-breaking performance from Topsom's Caleb Manuel. We'll be right back.
And the whole world is wondering, what's it going to take to stop this U.S. team?
Go, Smith!
Whether you know what you're looking for, or even if you don't, we'll help find the right style that's you. Experience the style at Jordan's.
This summer, happiness is a new Chevy. You can go farther, tow more,
I know it's up for me.
and bring along everyone you love. Your road to happiness begins in a new Chevy. Get 1.9% financing on select popular Chevy models when you finance with GM Financial. Visit your Maine Chevy dealer.
OHI is a fantastic place to work and has allowed me the growth I need to excel in my career, all while having fun with the people I support and my colleagues.
OHI works around my school schedule and allows me to get the hours I want while maintaining my grades. Also, I can help out my community.
Plus, OHI has an incredible training program, not to mention all the benefits. Here at OHI, we believe everything is possible, and that means as much for our employees as it does for those we support. Apply today and see what's possible for your future.
It's the Toyota Summer Savings Event featuring trucks from the longest-lasting brand, Toyota.
You've been waiting for a new Toyota, so now's the time. Come and get it.
Right now, you could save up to $1,900 with affordable 3.99% financing on a four-wheel drive Tacoma. And every Tacoma comes with 2 years no-cost maintenance and more. The Toyota Summer Savings Event at your New England Toyota dealer, your all-wheel drive headquarters.
So come and get it.
Toyota, let's go places.
Sketch, Forrest! Sketch!
Pictionary. My daddy, he liked Pictionary. He liked Pictionary shrimp, Pictionary shrimp.
Bringing unforgettable family fun.
The grill master, the kids, the dad. Oh my God!
Right into your living room.
This is for the trip to Toothberry. Get this. You did it! You're going to Antigua!
Weekdays at 10 on Fox 22.
Breathe new life into every room in your home with easy updates that fit your style. And now get up to 60 months no interest. Experience the choices at Jordan's.
Welcome back. Hollywood is in crisis as some 160,000 performers head to the picket line. It comes just months after screenwriters launched their own strike. Fox's Anna Eliopoulos with details.
The eyes of the world, and particularly the eyes of labor, are upon us.
For the first time in decades, thousands of actors are joining striking TV and movie writers on the picket line. SAG-AFTRA's national board holding a vote on Thursday to call a strike after talks with the Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers reached a dead end. It's a move that effectively stops what little production was occurring since writers walked off the job in May. Actors are demanding better pay for work on streaming platforms and limits on the use of artificial intelligence.
Despite our team's efforts, the AMPTP has remained steadfast in its commitment to devaluing the work of our members.
The studios are pushing back, saying SAG-AFTRA dismissed their offers for residual increases and AI protection. While the group was willing to continue negotiations, quote, SAG-AFTRA has put us on a course that will deepen the financial hardship for thousands who depend on the industry for their livelihoods. In the aftermath of the WGA strike, late-night shows went into reruns and most TV productions stopped. Now experts say the entertainment industry will be virtually shut down, with potentially thousands out of work.
They're stopping us from doing post-production work, other work, ancillary work like dry cleaning all the costumes, set decoration, the whole thing.
As for how long this could go, well, the actors' strike in 1980 lasted more than 3 months. Anna Eliopoulos, Fox News.
Well, staying in Hollywood, Universal Studios Hollywood makes an announcement. A cult classic celebrates 35 years and more. Fox's Ashley Dvorkin has all of the latest from the Hollywood Nation.
I'm losing my patience. No!
Cage battles assassins. An 80s classic celebrates, and a new attraction is coming in the Hollywood Nation.
The Great Dom Toretto.
Fast and Furious gets a new ride. Universal Studios Hollywood announced a new roller coaster themed to the blockbuster film franchise will be opening soon. According to the park, construction will begin soon on the attraction, which will be equipped with a state-of-the-art ride system uniquely created to engulf guests within the dynamic Fast and Furious universe.
Greetings and salutations.
The 1989 dark teen comedy Heathers is heading back to the big screen. Fathom Events will host screenings of the cult classic in theaters nationwide on July 30th in celebration of the film's 35th anniversary. It stars Winona Ryder, Christian Slater, Shannon Doherty, Lizanne Falk, and Kim Walker. Who are you? Nicolas Cage comes to his family's rescue in today's First Looks. The official trailer for The Retirement Plan features Cage playing a retired assassin turned beach bum living in the Cayman Islands, forced to fight henchmen after his daughter gets caught up in a criminal enterprise. The action comedy arrives in theaters August 25th. Ashley Dvorkin, Fox News.
Well, music streams are getting a huge boost from Latin and K-pop artists. According to Luminate's 2023 mid-year report, the global music industry surpassed 1 trillion music streams at the fastest pace ever. Global streaming is up 30.8% compared to last year. Luminate's report also found about 40% of U.S. listeners enjoy music in another language, and 69% of U.S. music listeners enjoy artists who are not from the U.S. The report adds K-pop and Latin genres are a major reason for that trend. Definitely hear a lot more about K-pop music lately.
Yeah.
And there's just so much amazing international music out there.
Yeah.
So it's great to see that it's being appreciated here in the U.S.
I'm a huge fan of Latin music, and it goes all the way back to my late teens when I was in college, and I was a summer RA for an international program. And so I got to meet a lot of international students, listen to their music, and I loved all of the Latin music. And to the end, it actually really helped me learn Spanish at the time, too.
Right.
It really broadens your vocabulary and causes you to explore the language. So I think, the global music scene is really a learning opportunity.
Yeah, it really definitely is. It causes you to maybe listen a little more actively, too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Alrighty, guys. Well, the full 5-day is coming up. Stay with us.
Well, look at us. High temperatures back in the 80s for most locations today. It's going to be a bit cooler tomorrow because there's some more rainfall on the way. Those details for you when I come back.
Sure, the driveway looks good now with the snow on it, but you know what will still be under there in the spring? The same cracks, crumbles, and potholes that were there before winter. Call Eaton Paving today. Let's make an appointment to fix those problems when the weather is ready. Eaton Paving and Excavation.
Are plumbing problems giving you a headache? Look no further than Sprague's Plumbing Solutions. With more than 10 years' experience, Sprague's Plumbing Solutions has the knowledge to assist with your plumbing issues. Whether it's a service, remodel, new build, or commercial, we've got you covered. For reliable, professional plumbing services, call Sprague's Plumbing Solutions today for a free estimate. 951-1637. We're here to make your plumbing problems disappear.
Make your waterfront even more fun and more functional than it already is. Take it to the next level with a Shoremaster Premium Dock System from Hammond Lumber Company.
Family owned and operating in the Bangor area for more than 10 years. Crosby's Welding is here to help you. We specialize in steel, stainless steel, and aluminum welding and fabrication. We serve many of the local industries from Maine lobstermen to the commercial trucking industry and everything in between. Fully mobile on-site construction services right down to custom signs and fire pits. Fast, friendly, reliable service. Give us a call today for a free estimate. 974-7815.
Saturdays, baseball's best are showing out on Fox.
Buckle up. It's going to be fun. What a play!
This is where MVPs are VIPs. All the swag, all the salts, and all the slams. The biggest games on the best day of the week. Fox Saturday Baseball all season long.
Sure, the driveway looks good now with the snow on it, but you know what will still be under there in the spring? The same cracks, crumbles, and potholes that were there before winter. Call Eaton Paving today. Let's make an appointment to fix those problems when the weather is ready. Eaton Paving and Excavation.
This is where legends are made. This is the NHRA.
NHRA, Denver, Sunday at 4 Eastern on Fox.
All right, here we go. Brown-tail moth rash relief is really effective in battling the symptoms of rash from the brown-tail moth. Handmade with natural ingredients in Blue Hill, Maine. All right, let's talk about the weather and temperatures. The results are in from June, and June came back as the hottest June on record globally. That's land and ocean temperatures. So on this map, red is above average, blue is below. Lots of red during the month of June. Today, though, above average for us as well. 87 here in Bangor. Hot. The average high being about 80. We're all above that today. Tomorrow's going to be a stretch, though, with 70s back in the forecast through much of tomorrow into Saturday as well. So we're going to say goodbye to the really hot and humid stuff today and bring back some 70s tomorrow, and maybe close to 80 as well over the weekend. All right, so we got a little break in the action today, right? So overall, we're still in this pattern of rain every other day or so. The clouds rolled through. We got some sunshine for a while. Temperatures got a boost. But now this thing off to the west of us is going to rotate through tonight, likely bringing us some showers and thunderstorms after midnight, probably closer to 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. A couple of these could be a bit loud. Nothing severe, but kind of thunder and lightning out there for sure, definitely after midnight. And we're not alone, right? So this is going to push through tonight. Behind it, there's more across the Midwest and Great Lakes, and then more behind that as well. There's a huge heat dome across the Southwest and South, and everything likes to go up and around that. So here's system 1, 2, and 3, kind of rotating around this big area of high pressure there, and that pattern looks to continue, and as it does, we're going to stay kind of wet around here every couple days. For tonight, though, so here we are at 3 o'clock in the morning. We're talking about some showers and a couple of thunderstorms around. Again, non-severe. They could be a bit loud across our area. That's going to rotate through. Then throughout the day tomorrow, we'll be in this environment where we could see a shower or a thunderstorm at any given time. Most of us, though, will stay dry for many hours. And then again, more rain tomorrow night, more rain on Saturday, but scattered in nature before some heavier rain showers get in here later on Saturday into Sunday, and that rain could be locally heavy. All right, so going forward, I ran this through Sunday morning, 9:30, maybe a quarter or a half inch of rainfall for most locations. Okay, we got that. Behind that, though, another round of heavier rain gets in here Monday into Tuesday, and that could easily give all of us another inch of rain then. So again, this pattern does continue. Our forecast then tonight, though, is mostly cloudy skies, some dense fog in there with thunderstorms late, like really late, closer to sunrise tomorrow morning with low temperatures down near 63. For tomorrow, scattered showers and a couple of thunderstorms in there. Many dry hours, too, slightly cooler with high temperatures up near 80. And then looking ahead, your 5-day forecast shows tomorrow that chance for storms. Saturday, same story. Some locally heavy rainfall on Sunday into Monday. 70s are back in the forecast until Tuesday with a high temperature of 83. Beth?
To do that joint Jedi mind trick. What did you say? These are not the storms you're
Yeah,
looking?
exactly. Yeah, we'll just,
we have to do that.
Force them out of the
Force
picture.
them out of the picture, indeed.
All right, well, sports is coming right up next. Stay with us.
People always ask me, what's the best mattress? Well, the best mattress for me isn't necessarily the best mattress for you. Bridget and our Sleep Techs will fit you to the perfect mattress. So if you're going to spend a third of your life sleeping on it, shouldn't it be the one for you?
Okay, guys, we're all here because US Cellular has an incredible deal. Right now, you can get 50% off a year of service and a free phone.
Sorry, just double checking. Is it really that good of a deal?
Yeah, it's a huge deal.
Really
huge deal.
Wow, I just triple checked and that's awesome.
Awesome.
Echo.
Get 50% off a year of service and a free phone. US Cellular, built for us.
It wasn't just a little bit of soot on an old family photo.
It wasn't just a couple of books soaked in water. And when you called Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration, you were not just another customer. That family photo hangs high yet again, and those irreplaceable first editions stay cemented in history. You keep the memories, we'll handle the rest. Statewide commercial and residential services. Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration.
Name a place you love being naked.
Does Steve sing her a song? Get super shy. Pull out flowers.
Can't you look at me?
No, ma'am. I don't want to make eye contact with you. Only reason I'm asking you this because it's on the card.
Steve, you would have asked me that in your younger days.
Family Feud, the only choice. Weeknights at 7 on Fox 22.
You know, at Jordan's, we have over 90 different mattresses you can try. That's where Bridget and our sleep techs come in. With a short analysis of you, your sleeping habits, all you have to do is choose the one that's right for you and your budget. Come into Jordan's and meet Bridget.
Tonight's Sports is brought to you by Engstrom's Auto Service in Guilford. We specialize in all foreign and domestic service and alignments.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. We are going to start with some golf here. The final round of the 104th Maine Amateur Golf Championship down in Rockport on Thursday. We're going to take a look at some of those highlights. Back to the beautiful Samoset Resort Golf Club we go. Gorgeous day out on the course on the par 3 11th. Tyler Baker on the tee. What a shot to get to the green. He's going to throw some spin on it, too. That rolls back. Sets up a tap-in birdie for him. He would finish third. To the par 5 12th, Ron Kelton, his third shot from the fairway. Real nice approach here. That's going to take a couple bounces and spin back. Sets up a makeable birdie putt from a few feet out, and he would do just that. Kelton finishes second, but the day belonged to Topsom's Caleb Manuel. Here he is from the sand on the par 3 13th, and how about it goes right into the cup for a birdie. Who needs to get up and down, right? His lead stretches to 8 strokes with that shot to 18. Manuel's second shot, and he just continues to pin hunt and set himself up for these birdie putts. Gets some spin under that one, puts it to about 10 feet, makes that birdie to finish out a final round of 65 and a tournament record 13 under to win his third straight Maine Amateur title by 11 strokes. So here's a look at that final leaderboard for the tournament. Manuel in first. Ron Kelton finished in second. He was 2 strokes under par for the tournament. Tyler Baker a stroke under, and then Elliott Spaulding and Bennett Berg would finish even par over the 3 days. Here's Manuel on his big win.
Yeah, it feels really good to come back and win it again. It's different to win for your first time and then be expected to win, and then with all the expectations, it's hard to kind of play your own game. But I think I did a really good job of that this week.
Big congrats to him. We will hear more from him on Friday. Let's go to the gridiron now. One of Maine football's own and a huge advocate for youth football around the state is returning to Orono to take on a role within the program. Mike DeVito, who runs a youth camp every year out of Herman, has been hired by Maine Football as their Director of Player Development and Alumni Relations. He was a 2-time All-Conference nose tackle with the Black Bears. He spent 4 years there before having a pretty long career in the pros, playing 6 years with the Jets and then 2 with the Kansas City Chiefs. So a great hire here for Jordan Stevens and the Black Bears. And some more coaching news here. Husson University now has some shoes to fill for their softball and field hockey head coaching positions. Diane Ramsey announcing her resignation as the head coach of Eagles softball and field hockey teams on Thursday. Ramsey will become the head coach of Amherst College softball. Amherst knocked Husson out of the NCAA tournament in 2022. They're the host team of that regional that year. Ramsey spent 5 years with softball. She led the Eagles to a 116, 45, and 1 record overall. That is not a misspeak. And 4 conference championships, 3 seasons with field hockey she spent, and led them to a 21 and 12 overall record. Certainly someone that will be missed in Bangor. Moving on to some baseball now. Both the Red Sox and Sea Dogs returning from the All-Star break on Friday. The Dogs over in Reading and the Red Sox squaring off with the Cubs at Wrigley Field. Sox won their final 5 games before the break and really made a push in the standings. They're still 9 games out of first, but only 2 out in the wild card race. And with Tampa and Baltimore coming down to earth, there is a believability in that Red Sox clubhouse that this team is a real contender, and they'll be in the hunt until the very end.
This
is the time where you want to start playing your best brand of baseball, coming together as a team. I just feel like we're gaining some momentum right now. So this little run right now came after a tough spot, that's when you understand and you kind of grow and you see what you're made of.
All right, looking forward to see what this team is made of. Now on to some football on Saturday at Lewiston High School and Don Rue Field is the 33rd annual Main Shrine Lobster Bowl Classic. Earlier this week, our Ryan Sudol caught up with a member of the East and the lone player representing Bangor High, Austin Lozano, about what playing in this game means to him.
Hello, everybody. I am here with Austin Lozano, the lone Bangor representative in this game, the Lobster Bowl, scheduled for Saturday at 4 down in Lewiston. Austin, how does it feel to be named among the best senior football players in the state of Maine?
It's an absolute honor, really. I feel it's quite a privilege to be able to not only represent the East Side, but also Bangor specifically in this game.
How is it preparing for college life in the sense that you are dorming for a week? I know a week just kind of got underway, but what's it like for you to be in this position?
It's helpful because I'm kind of getting a feel for what the dorm life will be like, which is a big benefit to it all, and just like getting that sense of community and how easy it is to make good friends with people that I've only ever played the sport with maybe once or twice, but like getting to know everyone, feeling comfortable in the space, and just having a good time.
A lot of people have said that I've talked to today have said that the clicking came really, really easily, especially considering that you've only played these guys a couple times, maybe even talked to them a couple times. How has that been?
It's been incredible. Definitely off the bat, we were all hanging out in the common room doing something, whether it be just playing ping pong or whatever. We were just talking, having a good time. We eat together. We do everything together. We're a family now.
And of course, the charity aspect of it for Shriners Hospitals for Children. I mean, just talk about what it's like to be a part of something for such a great cause, raising all this money.
It feels incredible. It's nice to be a part of something bigger than just myself. I feel like we are all giving an impact to this incredible foundation. This foundation's given us a lot by allowing us to compete in this game as well.
And Austin, of course, this is your last hurrah with football. And for you to go out this way, just what's that like for you?
It's an absolute privilege. I feel like this is an incredible opportunity for me to finish out on top and how I really wanted to finish out. Just, dominate. Simple as that.
All right, thank you for that, Ryan. Looking forward to that game. That is all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
Comfy, cozy, relaxing. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find rockers, recliners, sofas, and easy chairs. Quality furniture, affordable prices. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
When the acres add up, so does the work. The Kubota LO2 Series is ready for it. Part of the #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience. It features powerful, dependable Kubota diesel engines, performance-matched attachments, and the versatility to get the job done right.
Available at Doors Equipment, 1468 Outer Hammond Street, Bangor.
Some things are worth waiting for. Something reliable, something loyal, something long-lasting. A 6-year warranty? Coyote's got that. One machine for all the dirty work? Count on Coyote. Coyote won't break your heart. And Whittemore & Sons got the deals that won't break the bank. So quit swiping and settling for less. Slide into Whittemore & Sons and be treated like family. By a family who cares. 257 Waterville Road, Skowhegan.
If you or a loved one has been diagnosed with mesothelioma or asbestos-related lung cancer, contact the law offices of Joe Bornstein to learn about your legal rights. Maine has the highest rate of mesothelioma fatalities in the U.S. You may be eligible to receive compensation if you were exposed to asbestos products while working in a shipyard, mill, factory, or construction site. For a free case evaluation, dial 207-CALL-JOE or online at joebornstein.com.
I heard about you. You're that smart kid.
Young Sheldon, boy genius on Origin Story.
Yes, that's me.
A small town boy.
Young man. Yes,
you. With supersonic hearing, visionary vision,
Cheeky little Miwan, you know you don't belong there.
and a heightened sense of smell.
Ew. Put your shoes back on.
Young Sheldon 5 times a week.
Weekdays at 6 on Fox 22.
You can't smell this.
Yes, I can.
Durable, sturdy, stylish. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find solid wood, built to last, made in Maine dressers, bureaus, and nightstands. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
It's an out-of-this-world celebrity competition.
Oh, God.
Stars on Mars, Mondays at 8, 7 Central on Fox.
Welcome back. The shortage of a beloved red hot sauce packaged in those green capped bottles has led to a spike in prices. Hui Fong Foods sriracha has been in short supply for some time. The California company has been blaming a scarcity of chili peppers. There's been an extreme drought in the Southwest and Mexico where Hui Fong buys them. A bottle used to go for under $10 and even sometimes under $5, but now some sellers on marketplaces like Amazon, eBay, and Walmart are asking for up to $150 a bottle. And many places are simply sold out. Earlier this week, Hui Fong said limited production resumed recently, but gave no further information.
Certainly a hot commodity there. All right, well, one Maine community is going to be tickled pink by their annual Flamingo Festival this weekend. Harbor House in Southwest Harbor will kick off the event with a pancake breakfast bright and early Saturday morning. And from there, they'll have an assortment of events and activities for the whole family to enjoy through the weekend and into Monday. The theme of the event changes every year, and this year's theme has been dubbed Peace, Love, and Flamingos. Event director Diana Novella says the highlights include the Polo and Yacht Club cocktail party, live music performed by Flash in the Pans, and of course, the Flamingo Parade.
People love it. It just brings the community together. It is something that everyone can participate in. It's not a big, expensive fundraiser that people can't afford to go to. And it definitely brings everybody together for a common cause. It's special. There's something very special about this event.
All the information for event times and locations can be found on the Harbor House website, harborhousemdi.org.
Just sounds like such a fun tradition that they have going on there, and something that the community can really get behind, and I just love it. Flamingos are also really fun. We were talking about that earlier in our 6 o'clock show.
There's something just festive and joyful about them, so I really like them.
Love it. Yeah.
Alrighty, folks, that's going to do it for us. Good night.
Good night, everyone.